Hi, my beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to another reading for the Divine Masculine and what he wants to say to you. So really quickly, I want to thank you all for your blessings and prayers and emails in regards to the wildfire out in Colorado. We have been spared for the moment due to some onset snow, but we're not quite out of the woods yet, but I really do appreciate all the love and the support that I've gotten since I mentioned that on Friday. I think we're going to be all right. And then second, I started a yoga teacher training recently during quarantine, and my twin has just been like exploding astronomically. There's so much energy. There's so much energy at this time anyway, because of Scorpio and all of our planets in retrograde, nearly. But, I mentioned in the video I posted on Friday about, what was that? It's more of like a twin flame advice video, that the more heart-centered activities one does, the closer one is able to come into union. And it really works, which is not to say, go ahead and do these practices for the sole purpose of coming into union. But it is kind of a side effect, and it's so magical to feel so connected like that, especially in these controversial connections. So I just thought I would share that with you, and go check out that video if you're interested in what's going on in the collective right now. It's a very intense time. Okay, so we're going to get started with what's going on in your Divine Masculine's headspace. So the first card we have here is the Five of Swords. So we have some strife and some conflict, some general discord mentally, as swords represent thoughts. And then, we have the Three of Wands. So out of this discord, coming some epiphanies and breakthroughs, new directions, creation energy. And then we also have the Seven of Pentacles, working towards a goal. So I see your Divine Masculine like making the choice to deliberately climb out of depression, if that's where he's been, put baby steps towards making a dream an actuality, and seeing the silver lining in life. This Three of Wands here, with kind of like this window to color amidst the black and white cards surrounding it, make me feel like he's feeling very hopeful right now, which is really good, because previously in the past, the Divine Masculine has had trouble looking through rose-colored glasses, so to speak. He seems like a black or white person, like it's all or nothing, it's all good or it's all bad. So it's nice to see these shades of gray, which are very prevalent in life, being translated here. Now I wanted to take a look from the Vessel Oracle deck a little bit more about what could be blocking him mentally, or, what's going on with him here at this time. So for our first card, we have Truth. And I feel like in regards to your connection, something has been made painfully obvious to this person, probably where they've been blocking themselves in their heart space, probably things that he had wanted to hide from himself. Yeah, big releases going on here, and that's really the true meaning of the Five of Swords here. Purging that which doesn't serve you, which we should be continually doing, but just the toxicity that's left over sometimes gets lodged in our system and permeates and causes us to kind of it prevents us from really moving forward when subconsciously we're still stuck in the past somewhere. Your connection has had a sort of damaging effect on him, but it's not your fault. You know, he kind of let that happen. And now he's working towards changing the story. Look how all of these cards too correspond with one another. They're all pink. That really suggests that a revolution of the heart is going on. And I mean, this is why I love the tarot, because did I not just say, like, in particular for my own connection, that when you do these heart opening practices, whether Reiki or yoga or meditation or just going within, you really begin to shift the tonality of your connection. You heal your connection through the things that you're doing, even if you have a quote unawakened twin. So for those of you that do feel like this person doesn't know that you guys are twin flames, I feel like they're realizing this right now. They're releasing whatever has blocked them from moving forward with it at the time, and they're starting to change that dialogue. But as you can see, this change is like an inner spiral. So at least in the mental space right now, it's not like tomorrow he's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to let this person know. Because I sense that this releasing and purging process, it's going to take him a while to recover from the ramifications. You know, when we purge toxins out of our body, especially if you know, have experimented with pharmacology, let's say, in the past, sometimes like when you're running or you get a massage, like you get high afterwards and you're like, what the hell? Like, I haven't used in forever, but you get high because your body is like, all of these things are, depending on what you've been doing, are lodged in your tissues, are lodged in your spine, or have the potential to be, at least. And they're being gotten rid of and healed. So he doesn't really want to expose himself to too much vulnerability just yet. But you've been in his dreams. He's definitely been thinking about you. And this is an incredible time for vivid dreams. So you probably have been going through this too as well. And I feel like these dreams are aiding to change the story here, because we have your words linger in my mind, which I take a dual meaning from. I take it as like things that have been said in the past, this person is really remembering, and remembering in a different way too, not focusing less on how it made them feel less than at the time, and starting to make them realize that like the divine was trying to speak through you to them to get them to this point. But also there may be like words that you said in dreams to them that you don't realize. Or maybe you do, even if you've had shared dreams, and those, you know, he's waking up with like this, these words and this feeling that resonates, and it's further enforcing that message of change. Like, you have to do this right now. Like, this time is really important, or better yet, this time is astrologically suited to helping you. See, look, my heart is just telling me to do it, to overcome these blockages. Because in the past we have, I feel, damaged, like I just can't do this. And he's trying to change that rhetoric right now. He's like, you know what? This is now or never. If I don't do this now, I'm going to be stuck in this energy forever, and I'm never going to maximize my full potential, and I'm never going to be in the relationship that I want or be the person that I want. So, wow, what an incredible transformation so far with the masculine. Now, in the heart space, we have the 10 of Pentacles, which came up before. The 10 of Pentacles being a sign of completion, but also the sign of new beginnings, which kind of corresponds to this birth card that I pulled at the bottom of the Vessel Oracle deck. So I'm going to keep that here because I think that definitely is what he's working towards, this change in the heart. And recognizing that a change in the heart also changes, this is such a deep reading, you guys, changes your perception of everything around you, changes your reality. It literally takes you from black and white to seeing the magnificent color, the spectrum of emotion, the levels of spirituality infused in everyday life, the beauty that we're intended to see, the chaos within order, the ability to transmute chaos into order. And his whole world is just blossoming. Just blossoming. Now we do have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So this energy of wanting to give this connection a fresh start, wanting to use emotions in a more productive way, I'm hearing, is there. But there's kind of a blockage here to that. Now, cups are water, so your person could have some kind of water in their chart, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. More likely, if that doesn't resonate, then it's the fact that Scorpio, since we're in the season of Scorpio, is presenting some challenges with wading through these emotions easily, or maybe not wanting to answer just yet some of the emotional stuff. Something to do with water here. And I feel like your person is having trouble forgiving themselves, perhaps. That's not entirely it, though. There's some heartbreak surrounding this somewhere. Why? Give me more. Okay, so we do have self-care. So yeah, this could be the masculine saying things like, I don't feel like I deserve to rest right now because this requires so much energy from me, feeling the pressure of needing to accomplish this all at once. Maybe when he feels low or that depression creeps back in again, he gets down on himself and he feels like he's damaged and he won't be able to do it. But you know what? There's such hopeful energy surrounding this. I really feel like he's just realizing that maybe those things were issues in the past and he's stepping forward into a new future. We have, I can't seem to find the right words to say to you. So I feel like, again, with the cups being an offering and wanting a new start, he's just not at the point where he's figured out how he's going to tackle this, how he's going to tell you what he wants to tell you. So overall, even though the Ace of Cups is in reverse, it's a very positive sign. He's like, I feel like for some of you on the edge of really just being able to express himself. Now we have the Son of Wands. So there's a person in this person's life, or it could be represented by the person, the energy of the person himself, that feels blessed and untouchable to a certain extent, that feels comfortable transforming, which is kind of a direct contrast to this card to some degree. It's the ability of using fire that the wands represent to go with gusto or passion in a new direction. And I believe the sun in this deck is represented by the knight, as the daughter is the page. So, You know, I feel like some days he has so much courage and faith in himself. Some of you might hear from this person like out of the blue very soon, because this presents some capricious energy that the, you know, marring through emotions cards of Earth and the cups don't represent. And then we have choice. So like you see that this particular person is like, should I do it? Should I not do it? They're having like a Hamlet moment, you know? I know this is good for me, but I'm not quite sure if I can control the outcome. And then either this person in their life or this tonality in their life is just like, you know what, you should just do it because you feel like doing it. That's a very fire element, isn't it? Like fire is always like, you know what, who cares about the outcome? It's about the passion, it's about the momentum, and it's about, you know, taking that other person, appealing to their sense of passion and just seeing where it goes, which is very admirable and sexy in some people. Now, if this does represent somebody else in their life, like a brother or a friend or something like that, then that person is really pushing this person to follow their heart, and because they know that this growth awaits them on the other side and that you're a part of that as well. So we have some support here from friends and family, perhaps, that we haven't seen before as well, which is really nice. And I feel like that person has just seen your person in such a state for so long that, you know, it could be like, they could be like, that's enough. Like, you need to take another direction. I don't want to see you like this. I care about you. So if maybe we're too different, which could be a reason why you're not hearing from your person just yet. They're not moving forward. If you know that your person is in a situation where they're like going to leave their karmic, or they're thinking about leaving their karmic, or you're thinking about leaving your karmic, then maybe that is one of the reasons that you're not sure it could work out between you and your twin. It's kind of like a little bit of doubt creeping in. Maybe that's one of the reasons that he's justified not coming forward. And then here's the other one. Would you reject me? These are all very heart-centered feelings, messages from this deck. So like, I think this is so cute. The Divine Masculine, he like wants to be, not because he knows that you want it, but he wants to be this like white knight for you. He wants to come in and sweep you up off your feet and just recreate this fairy tale that he knows your connection can be. But he's like so worried that those efforts won't be enough. So please, 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 if you would accept your Divine Masculine at this time, send that energy over the 5D connection. Make him feel certain, because this is really going to help him improve. And at the very least, if you can't be together right now because of whatever circumstance, it'll help him, you know, feel more confident and feel more solidified as a person to do the great works that he has to do in his life alone before you guys get together. Now in the action space, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So we have the 10 and the 9 here, which is really wonderful because it does suggest that he's getting close to following his heart. And then of course that red root chakra passion associated with fire. He's feeling more confident and stable, especially in his spiritual connections. And the idea that prosperity isn't just 3D, it's a spiritual prosperity that yields 3D prosperity, which is something that the Divine Masculine, again, has had issue with. In the past, he really couldn't separate those things. So that's really neat. Then we have the Mother of Cups, which is either support from a female influence, like his mother or grandmother in the family, or just recognizing that you are true north, that he can look to you for inspiration and advice, even if you're in separation at this time. Maybe there is a female role model that he has access to or doesn't have access to that embodies that expansion and grace. And I also feel like this is a reminder to any Divine Masculine watching that, for the most part, if you reach out to your feminine, you'll be accepted. You know, the Mother of Cups is really kind of like an Empress quality. She's definitely psychic and allowing and She doesn't care if you have everything all together before you come see her. She has a nurturing energy. This would be Cancer's energy is also represented here. So keep that in mind. And then we have the Five of Cups in reverse. So overcoming this idea that you might be rejected, overcoming any previous heartbreak that plagued this connection before, So I really do feel like some of you are going to hear from your person, but it's not going to be like this solid, like, do you want me? Can we do this tomorrow type thing? It's going to be like I'm thinking of you, or I was wrong, or, here's the progress and growth that's been happening. How are you doing? Kind of type thing. Still feeling you out a little bit. And if you do get reached out to by your person, then you have this really amazing chance to begin again, or at least give that person hope and inspiration that that's possible for them. And for some of the masculines out there, that's a really important step into feeling like this connection is possible and worth it. You would be amazed at the powers of doubt and insecurity in oneself, like destroying connections. So at this time, it's super important to send love to your person wherever you are and however you are. And that's going to really help you guys endure if you can't be together at this time. Because the Divine Masculine is still going through some stuff. There's some hidden stuff here, and I feel like a little bit he's healing the relationships with his family, and eventually he's going to find great freedom in all of this. And I like the fact that for some of you, this means that they're going to be more supportive, that there's more love there. I feel like the Divine Masculine has really felt like he's really had to be on his own for so long. There wasn't a whole lot of support from the people he really needed support from. But I think there are lots of conversations that need to be had for him with certain people aside from you in his life to feel comfortable moving forward with you. Seeing you reminds me of the things I know deep down that's not always easy to deal with. See, there you go. You're like very triggering for this person, but triggering in a good way. He's like ready to accept that challenge now instead of shrink from it, which is a wonderful sign. But, often we choose people that help us unconsciously heal from familial wounds or ancestral wounds, and the twin flame connection is no exception to that. It's all of that. It's all part of that. If I knew then what I knew now, I would have made different choices. Again, appealing to that card here. Maybe there's a little, because you can see little bits of him like getting down on himself. He's a perfectionist. He's somebody that really wants to not have to make mistakes in order to learn from them. But I kind of get the sense that for some of you, your Divine Masculine is somebody that has to learn from making the mistakes. And you might be as well, since you guys mirror each other. But he does say that he can still feel you, and it's a wonderful feeling. Feeling you brings him closer to his heart space. So don't take revenge on this connection if this separation was new, and hide yourself from your divine person, because that's going to push them to the other end of the earth and make them feel like isolation was the right decision and that it's much better just to be alone. And then this card always comes up. Is it possible to forgive and forget? Yes, it is. Usually one or the other, but I think that's the energy that you guys should be trying to get to at this point. Let bygones be bygones. Eventually, enough time passes and you're the same person with a completely different approach to life. So don't expect the same hurts to continue cycling around when a person has decided to work on himself like this. That is definitely a person that deserves to be rewarded, especially if they come back and they say to you, I screwed up and I'm really sorry. So just to end this reading here, we have let your left hand hover just above your head. palm facing down. Raise your right hand next to your right shoulder, palm facing forward. And it's just an exercise to bring in more of that good heart, green heart chakra energy. This is my blessing of love. This blessing has no beginning and no ending, which is a beautiful reminder of this twin flame connection. I don't know what more I can say, honestly. So if you liked this reading, subscribe to the channel. You can book a reading below. All of my links are in the description box. Send me some love if you want. I'm always here to answer your emails. And have a great week. We'll check in with the collective hopefully by the end of it. All right. Bye for now.